Good afternoon, Yorktown. This is Deputy Supervisor Ed Lachterman. I'm joined by Chief of Police Bob Noble and Highway Superintendent Dave Paganelli. We're here to discuss a declaration of snow emergency for the town of Yorktown beginning at 11 a.m. tonight, or 11 p.m. tonight, excuse me, and going through tomorrow until further notice. Bob, you want to talk about a little bit about the emergency and what would be involved?
Sure, I'd be happy to. And we're starting this in an abundance of caution. Right now, the updated model, and a shout out to Hen Hud Weather, local young lady, Marissa McGuire, who's a college student, really has been a talented forecaster. And she's updated her model to show that we're going to get 8 to 12 inches. That's what they're calling for right now. Looks like it's going to start overnight. There might be some rain mixed in, and then it's going to go into heavy snow. So if you're out there in the morning shoveling, please be mindful that the heavy snow. We've seen some accidents with that snow, and people get ill. So please be mindful that the snow will be heavy and difficult to remove. And a snow emergency, in essence, means that we can't have vehicles parked on our roadways. It should not be confused with a state of emergency, which is something in coordination with New York State. This is a local snow emergency, and it's based on Yorktown Code 275-14. And I'll quote, "Any vehicle parked or abandoned on a public highway in the town of Yorktown during a snowstorm, flood, fire, or other public emergency which affects the portion of the public highway upon which said vehicle is parked or abandoned may be removed by or under the direction of the Chief of Police or the Superintendent of Highways and stored in any suitable place." And with that, I'll come back and speak a little more after I let Highway Superintendent Paganelli speak to this a little bit, because it is his crew, Dave and Highway and all the town workers that go out there and clear these roads and help make them safe for everybody to get around. They do an outstanding job. And this declaration is, in all essence, to help them do their jobs as best they can and improve the road conditions for the people of Yorktown. So, Dave?
Thank you, Chief. So we're prepared. This is going to be not a lengthy storm like we've had in the past, 30 hours for 1.5 inches of snow. It's going to be, based on all forecasts, a substantial snowfall, anywhere from 8 to 12 inches of snow in the period of 8 to 12 hours, which is basically 1 inch an hour, if you figure it out, which is quite a bit of snow. And to the Chief's point, it's going to be a heavy snow. We're concerned about trees coming down. We're concerned about loss of power. And we just want everyone to stay home, stay safe, help us help you. Please anticipate a nightmare at the rush hour tomorrow if all forecasts prove true. There's no way at 1 inch an hour it takes us four hours to plow the town. By the time we finish plowing once, now we already have 4 inches of snow. So it may appear that we haven't been there, but at the end of the day, we'll get it done. Just please avoid the roads, and most importantly, if you can, avoid throwing your snow into the road, because our concern beyond this particular event is tomorrow evening, which would be Tuesday night or early into Wednesday morning. Temperatures are going to drop quite a bit, and anything that's on the road has the potential to freeze up and cause a problem. So that being said, we'd ask you to please, it's against town code. Do not deposit snow onto plowed roadways, which is a violation of Yorktown Code 250-29D. So if you can avoid that, and please tell your landscapers or whomever is plowing your driveway to, we understand. You got this much snow, it has to go somewhere. But just ask them to spend an extra minute or two to push it off to the side of the road. Don't leave strips across the road, which then cars run over, and then a road that we just made black all of a sudden doesn't look like we touched it at all. So, we'll get through this. It's not a big deal. And, the men and women that work for the town of Yorktown are fully prepared to work through the night and get this done. And we just ask your cooperation. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'd also like to remind, for those of you with inexperienced drivers, tomorrow is not the day. Please, if you've got young drivers, it's probably not a great idea to let them go out there in the event. And I know Supervisor, you'll speak to the schools a little bit after
Yep.
we're done. But in the event of a closure, use sound judgment in giving those keys out to the car. And also, a component of clearing driveways and clearing out snow is we're blessed to have wonderful fire departments here, on both sides of town, Yorktown and Mohegan. And please help them out by shoveling out the fire hydrants. You never know when there may be an emergency near your residence, or God forbid it is your residence. So please dig out those fire hydrants if you get the chance. And now's the time, basically, to prepare. If you need gas for your snow thrower, generator, check on elderly, neighbors, friends, family that may not, that may need checking on. And if you can't get to them, please call us at the Yorktown Police Department, 914-962-4141, and we'll check on them for you. All right, Supervisor?
Yeah, so thank you both. And you know what, just to echo the sentiments, not only our highway department, all of our departments that help in the plowing, and our police department out there keeping us all safe. It's pretty much what makes Yorktown, Yorktown, and very much appreciated putting on my taxpayer resident hat versus my deputy supervisor hat. So a couple things. So the schools will make their own call, as they always do, on what they will do open and closing. They usually do that more in the morning, but as was pointed out, we want to be very proactive on our end based on the snow emergency to make sure that, because Dave and his crews are the ones who really get out there in advance and make sure that if we do get hit the way we're supposed to get hit, it's cleaned up as rapidly as possible and as safely as possible. The schools have their bond vote running right now. So it is currently about 1:15 on Monday. Today until 5 o'clock, that's Monday the 12th, they do have early voting available. It is at the Yorktown Central School District main office over just above the Mildred E. Strang Middle School and the high school there at the top end. So if you want to get out for your vote and you're worried about tomorrow, you can get out there and vote in advance with their early voting. They also are planning on being there tomorrow, since they are all set up for it, and that will actually be at the French Hill Elementary School. They will have the bond vote there from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. So the fact that you have quite a stretch from when the storm is supposed to be over till 9 p.m., if you feel safer, waiting, or you feel more comfortable waiting till tomorrow and then safer going out after the storm, you will be able to go and cast your vote. They have two propositions for budgeting, but they really need to get these done within a specific amount of time to keep the first bond being tax neutral. So they will be there for the vote, French Hill, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. And, please feel free to get out there and cast your vote. I actually just went and early voted a little while ago, and it's an important part of the process of democracy. For town buildings, we're going to have a conversation. Most likely a delayed opening tomorrow, but that will be announced on our website and our Facebook page. And then with the expectation of the snow ending, we are not going to cancel tomorrow night's town board meeting, but we will look and see as we get into the afternoon to make sure that the modeling is correct, because we all know how those weather models go. That is pretty much it from our end. Gentlemen, anything?
No, good.
Yeah, I'll add one more thing. Just, if you would, have your utility provider, their phone numbers or contact information available. We'll be putting out a Nixle within the next hour, sharing this information via our Nixle site. But have those numbers handy, and please don't call the police department if you do lose power. Call your utility provider or email them. And it's always a good idea to do so, because this way they know your power's out, and the the squeaky wheel kind of gets.
Absolutely.
Sometimes that helps, and if they know there's quite a few people calling in your neighborhood that there's no power, they may get out there. So, and again, I know I mentioned Dave's crew and fire. Selfishly, As a young police officer, I could remember being out on the road nights like this, and it wasn't nice standing out there, while a car was off in a ditch, and while we were always thankful that everybody was okay. I want to keep my men and women safe as well. So please exercise good judgment on the roads, and another winter day in the Northeast, I guess.
I'd like to just add to that, Nixle has been a wonderful thing, and the way you guys have been managing it has been fantastic. It allows us to get the word out for road closures and trees down and wires involved. I don't see why every resident in Yorktown has not signed up for Nixle.
Yeah.
If you could just give them a brief how-to in terms of signing up for Nixle.
Well, in case I kind of messed this up, because this wasn't a planned portion of this show per se, but I believe you just have to text 888-777, and that should get you.
Yes, you text your zip code.
You text your zip code to 888-777, and then you're signed up for Nixle alerts. And you can always turn them off. I know sometimes we send them out very early in the morning.
That's all right.
But you can control what times you want to receive alerts. And if you are going to call the police department tomorrow morning at about 5-6 a.m., we've already got a pre-programmed response. The roads are lousy. Don't come out.
I will also state, for those of you that have, parents, seniors, that you're concerned about, you could always program their Nixle zip code. If they have Nixle service in their town, you will get those notifications, which are sometimes helpful as well. Okay.
That's it.
Super. Thank you.
Well, Yorktown, thank you so much. Please, everyone, be safe out there, and God bless you all. Thanks.
Thank you.